right, man. This is a special moment for me. Real quick, I got my man Lonnie Battle on the show. What's going on,
Yo, what
son?
up? What's up, man? We've been talking about this for a long time, man.
Yes,
Since
we
I
have.
first came through and did the first Spike Punch, John, you've been trying to make this happen, bro. I remember.
Yes, and you always brought it up, but I was like, no worries, you're a busy man. I get it.
Nah, never too busy for you, man. Let's get to it, bro.
I appreciate it. All right, so you're in the middle of chaos because you got a lot of things about to set up.
Yeah.
Your daughter, man, I am so impressed. You and your daughter have been doing this social media battle kind of so with DJing recently. What's up with that?
So you know what? It's funny. A lot of people looked at it as that, but it was more a play on the words than it was a battle. You know what I'm saying? Because it said daddy-daughter battle.
Right.
So, of course, the first thing people think is DJ battle. But our last name is Battle. So the way I looked at it was daddy battle, daughter battle, and us together doing something together. Even though I think, I look forward to being able to do some things in public with her because I think it's a great way to bring family together. And even if we did put the whole, back and forth DJ battle element into it, it's a great way to bring generations together because I know the music of our people. My daughter knows a lot more of the music of the younger people, but figuring out the best way to make that perfect blend and making it an all-out good time for everybody. So that's something that I definitely look forward to getting into once we're able to get back, through all the social distance and stuff,
Right.
Yeah.
Is it some kind of ritual, man, to touch the turntables in the battle household?
You know what? No, not really, man. It's crazy. Everybody in the household has touched them. All the way down to their grandparents. They come in here, and it's like everybody wants to, get on them. You know what I'm saying? So
it's the setup.
Big thing.
It's the setup. It's got to be the setup.
Yeah, it's the setup. Yeah, just all of the lights, the buttons, man. It's always been intriguing. That's how it got me, man. So I can only imagine what it's like for somebody who's never really been around it.
Right. What was the first? All right, your age. How old were you when you first did that?
When I first touched turntables, it was actually a record player, but it was I was 6 years old. It was like one of those all-in-one stereo sets.
Yeah.
And my parents had all types of records. They had the 45s, the big ones. The one thing I remember the most about these types of record players is you could actually stack the records like 6 or 7 deep on the top, and once it got to the end, the needle would pick up, go back, and the next one would drop down. Right. So I remember setting them up and making them do that when I was 6 years old.
Look, it's funny. My grandparents had this room that no kids could really go into, and they had one of the dopest record players in there. It was one of these big floor level kind, and they did the same thing, but it was stacks on stacks and stacks of records in there, man.
Yeah, man.
I only could look at it from afar, so it became like, oh, yeah, this is awesome. I want to get one of these.
Yeah.
And it was from there, it was dope. So she's going on today, even though this is a recording. She's about to go on it shortly.
For the heavy hitter, they're doing like a heavy hitter mix-off, what they've been doing since all the social distancing stuff and, COVID stuff is going on, as they've started going live on a heavy hitter Instagram page.
Nice.
And we were on a heavy hitter conference call with Danny Lay this past week, and they were talking about it, and everybody was like, Aaliyah, you want to get on it? And she was like, let's do it. So, I'm actually excited for it, man. The thing that I love the most about her and the journey that she's on is she's making a name for herself. Like, of course, she's my daughter, but people, they're not gravitating toward her because of that. Being my daughter might get them there. Right. I think once you get there and you actually hear her spin, you say to yourself, no, she's good. You know what I'm saying? She got this. So I think that's what I love the most about it, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you giving classes?
It's something that I want to do. Like my goal is already trying to it's something that I've always wanted to do. Like two of my biggest goals outside of just DJing and the art of noise was I wanted to start my own internet radio station, which is Spin 100, which that's right around the corner, and my own DJ school.
Right.
I had already purchased all the DJ equipment. I have all of the equipment already in my possession. I just never had the space to do it. And I was thinking more classroom style, maybe 6 to 8 different setups.
Right.
But the more I thought about it, it might be better to have it more intimate, maybe like 2 to 4, just so I can be a little bit more hands-on and people not feeling like they're getting left behind. But it's definitely something I'm looking forward to doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I admire it so much. Like when we did we interviewed you at
Thanks, sweet.
At Spike Punch, but I'm sorry, I done had to work right quick. No, but at Urban Hang Suite, we did an interview with you and Kelly. And what was so dope about that was, man, I know I had asked you a question about, do you ever consider yourself being a DJ playing an instrument? Because as you're seeing during this time with Corona, man, music is meaning so much, and the DJs, man, are really helping out, along with those on the front line, the nurses and the doctors and stuff. So, man, I mean, I was real serious about that.
No, music is powerful, man. I mean, not even during these times, but during any time,
right.
Playing the right music at the right time could bring out, different emotions. It's just powerful. So just knowing how to use that power in a positive way is the best thing, because just as much as the power can create certain emotions during times like this, I could play songs to uplift people during the times and the things that we're going through now. But if I'm in the club and people have been drinking and I play a whole bunch of turn up rowdy stuff back to back to back to back without any balance, that power can be used for something not as good or not as positive. So the DJ has we all have a lot of power. We just have to make sure that we're using it the right way,
not trying to dry snitch or anything, but I've been at some of your parties back in the day. And I've experienced both sides.
Yeah.
But we got out alive though.
Got out alive. At my party? My party was crazy like that?
No, your party.
Oh, I'm about to say, my God. Like, damn, I won't at that one. Or either that or I was too lit to even know.
We all had our moments.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, man, I appreciate, man, everything that you have been trying to do as far as, like I said earlier, with the music, with the internet, especially through all these times. You and all the DJs, man. Mm-hmm. It's dope seeing some of the also the verses that's been on Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's been dope. It's been real dope.
It's been great.
You just gotta get the sound together on it, man. Like it's too dope to keep on playing Russian roulette with the sound. You got 2 producers. Yeah, the sound thing is just a problem. Sometimes I feel like people get too caught up in the hype of how many people in there versus, no pun intended, versus being concerned with the sound and the quality of the presentation. Like it used to bother me sometimes to see Swiss and them talking about, we almost at 500,000, we almost at such and such thousand. I'm like, yo, my niggas sound like they speaking through a clock radio though. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's fix that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but either way, I think it's been real dope for the culture. I like the fact that they use the whole terminology versus to make it seem like a battle or competition. But in most cases, it's two of the greats paying homage to each other, man, and showing love to each other.
Right.
So it's a celebration of the music more so than it is, all out battle. So
got you. Man, how you think you're gonna be after all this kind of gets back to a little bit of the normal?
You know what? I'm gonna be good regardless, man, because even before any of this, man, I've never been the type of person that ever felt entitled. I've never been the type of person that take things for granted or feel like anything or any moment is forever. So, I look forward to see what's on the other side of this. If we don't get back to whatever it was was great. Now let's try to figure out what's going to be great on the other side. The most important thing for me is my health, my family. When you take away the hustle and bustle, when you take away the desire to chase the money, you only have a few things to really focus on. So what that's done for me is helped me really realign with how important spending time with my family is. And it's a difference. One thing I really learned since these times is it's a big difference between being present with your family and spending time with your family. Because
Mm-hmm.
so often before all of this, I could be sitting down in the space with my family, but I'm thinking about, I got to do this, or I got to be at this party, or I got to do this. But because none of that is here, I know what it feels like to actually be there in that moment and strictly be taking it all in. So, I think I'm gonna take a lot of it, a lot of positive things out from what's happening right now. But either way, I look forward to seeing what's on the other side. I think it's going to be a new norm, but either way, I don't expect nothing less than greatness. Either
Yeah,
way.
yeah. Hey man, here. I feel the same way. A lot of that became, transparent. Well, not transparent, but in my face. I saw the
Mm-hmm.
same thing. I had to really check a lot of the boxes that I were, hoping to fill and see if they mattered. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, does this really matter?
Yeah.
What's really matter and what's really going on? So, like having conversations with Lonnie B,
Yeah.
man. That's what.
Nah, you know what the illest thing, man, is just conversations with men in general. I tell a lot of people a lot of times, men don't talk. Like, we don't talk as much as we should talk about things. Like, let's not just talk about sports and athletes and this and that, man. Let's talk about family. Let's talk about health. Let's talk about, all those things. And we have so much knowledge that we could share with each other. And, that's powerful. That's one thing I've been doing a lot with a lot of people in the music industry. Like, there's a lot of DJs that's not working right now. So a
Right.
lot of us have been talking about, ways to make it through, how we feel, because mental health is very important. So having someone to talk to that can kind of relate to the things that you're going through. So, again, those men conversations are real powerful. So shit, just sitting here talking to you don't even feel like an interview, like just two men just chopping it up,
Right. I thank you, because
Yeah.
that's what I intend. I don't like that rehearsed stuff, and I just come on, man. We all got stories, and we're
Yeah,
men.
exactly.
We're men,
Yeah,
so come on,
exactly.
man.
Exactly.
So the next art of noise after all this is going to be off the chain.
I hope so, because again, we don't know what's on the other side. I don't know when they'll let 1,500 people
I
stand next to each other again. So, I guess it all is what one would determine off the chain. Because if they say, all right, you can have 100 people, I will enjoy playing for those 100 people, because that was how it started. So, it
Great.
was never about the numbers or never about the money to me. Whatever they say that we can do, as soon as they say that we can do it and the time is right, then that's what we're going to do it for. I'm not going to wait for them to say you can have this many people. If it's 100, 200,
Right.
then if the next Art of Noise rolls around and it's available, then we'll have a 200-person Art of Noise.
Man, what a way to put that in perspective, man.
Yeah, it's, again, man, like, if we never got back to what the Art of Noise was,
Yeah.
as disappointing as it may be to see us not be able to do it like we did it, I think it's dope to be able to say, well, the reason that it went down was because of the state of the world and not because it fell off. You know what I'm saying? So,
Oh
and,
yeah.
and when we did it, it was dope. If we're never able to get back to doing it, to be able to tell my kids when we could do it, we did that shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I got the video footage to prove it. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
that's all good.
Absolutely. Hey man, I'm gonna let you go. This was actually dope. This
Sure.
few minutes we got was dope. I appreciate you, man.
And that's all love, man. We gotta do it again. Like, when I'm not trying to get Aaliyah set up for her thing, but
Right,
now
right, right,
whenever
right.
you're ready, you let me know, bro.
Hey, give shout outs, man, to the Spin 100, yo.
Yeah. Shout out to Spin 100 FM. I'm looking to launch my own internet platform, man. I think it's just so much that we can do for the culture, for the music. Terrestrial radio is what it is. Like, I'm not here to knock what they're doing. I love it, and I've been a part of it for 20 years, 20 plus years, and I look forward to being a part of it even longer. I just think that there's some things that can be done that's not on their radar. And I want to kind of create that platform for those things to be done. So the hardest part is trying to do it all myself, because I'm such a control freak, but we're going to figure it all out. But it's definitely coming soon. Follow at Spin 100 FM on everything. It's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, and it might be on Twitter. I try to grab everything. So
Okay, yeah, and it'll definitely be in the dialogue box of this podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate
Much love, man. We'll do it again, bro.
No doubt. No doubt.
All right. No doubt. All right.
Peace.